Continuing through Luke again this week, Jesus is really playing hardball. Like Jason talked about last week, he just keeps hammering this point home of how to love our enemies better. And for good reason, right? It's difficult and none of us have it mastered. Jason or I neither. We're just digging into the Bible here just to get God's wisdom and try and apply that to our lives each and every day. So with that being said, let's dig in here. Luke 6:36 through beginning part of 38 basically says, "Be merciful, even as your Father is merciful. Judge not, and you will not be judged. Condemn not, and you will not be condemned. Forgive, and you will be forgiven. Give, and it will be given to you." In a nutshell, what's he saying? I think it's pretty straightforward. Treat other people like you would like to be treated. We tend to hold ourselves to a totally different standard than those we encounter in life every day, don't we? We tend to be more critical with others and want them to toe the line, but yet when we slip up or mess up, we want to be let off the hook. We want to be given that mercy, that grace that the Father gives us. And I think these statements here by Jesus are so convicting because, right, it's real easy to judge somebody that, man, we don't even know, but we'll give them this story that we think we know all about their life and how it's all wrong. And, how could they do that? But when it comes to us, we don't want to be judged that harshly. We want to be given the benefit of the doubt. And the first thing that came to my mind when going through these situations was the parable in Matthew 18:21, verse 21 through 35. If you want to look it up this week, just to go a little deeper on this, I think that would be excellent because it gives context to what Jesus is saying here. And that parable is about basically this person who owed this massive debt, and the person that he owed it to let him off. He's like, hey, you don't have to pay that. Go and just get on with your life. And that was such a burden lifted off that guy. But yet when he went out on the street and just started living his life, he came across somebody who owed a debt to him, a much smaller debt. He insisted that this person pay it. When the person didn't pay it, he had him thrown in jail. Totally, again, holding that person to a different standard than he's holding himself to. I see a lot of myself, and you probably see yourself in there too. We do it all the time. But then when the guy who let him off from his big debt found out, he had him thrown in jail because he wouldn't show the same mercy or compassion to somebody else that was shown to him. And isn't that the struggle here? I guess you might say just getting over yourself and realizing that everybody can use some grace at times and just treat people the way we want to be treated. And these verses are saying, hey, God gives us mercy, God gives us grace, but when we don't show it to other people, why should God show it to us? He can definitely play hardball and punish us and all that stuff that we don't want, but he chooses not to. He chooses to send his son to pay that price for us and give us that free gift of grace. So putting that in context of our daily lives, shouldn't we do that with everyone we encounter? I mean, literally everyone, whether we like them or not, or whatever we think about them. Think about what was done for you, the mercy that was shown to you and I. Definitely should motivate us to every single situation. Remember that and give that same grace to our fellow humans. One thing I want to mention real quick here as we end up Wednesday Wisdom. We're going into the run of the end of the season here. 3 weekends in a row. Really busy for everybody in this community. We're actually doing as a ministry something we don't do a lot this weekend. Jason and I are going to 2 separate places in the country. Jason will be at Gateway with IndyCar. I'll be down in Austin, Texas with the USF Pro Championship Series. just ministering to these people as we go to the end of the season. It's going to be hot no matter where you are in this country. You know it's a heat wave. We need to be praying for these people out there that they just stay cool. We don't have people passing out or having any medical situations. Just a safe weekend for everybody. Well, thank you for spending this time with us on Wednesday Wisdom as you always do, and we'll catch you next time.